fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in, the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights? Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe so, Judge.
Mr. Montez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. State recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Judge.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There have been none, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that there be a TAP evaluation, 150 hours of community service restitution, 10 days in the Bexar County Jail as a condition, ignition interlock for half the term, and 1 year Texas driver's license suspension. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
No objection.
State you may be excused. Okay. Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in, the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Judge.
Yes.
Proceeding with sentencing, the state's recommendation for communities, for the federal community supervisions for 5 years and they have.
Any objection to the court adding that?
None, Judge.
All right. Thank you. All right. Yes. Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
What I would like to ask for on Mr. Montez's behalf, Judge, is that the court consider following the plea agreement. Mr. Montez is here to take responsibility for his offense. After reviewing all the paperwork and the documents, he quickly instructed me to see if I could, work something out for him where he could take responsibility for the offense that he's here on today. The only thing that we would be asking for is, should the court see fit to grant him his probation, the 10 days that are a condition of probation, we would ask the court to consider allowing him to complete those on full house arrest. Mr. Montez does work, but he knows that on full house arrest, he will not be permitted to leave. We would ask that the court give him a few days to turn himself in for the purpose of getting fitted for the ankle monitor. And really the main purpose of that, Judge, is Mr. Montez has children. One of the children has her first day of school on Monday, and he's taken her to her first day of school pretty much every day that she's had her schooling. And so he would be asking the court to consider allowing him to turn himself in perhaps on Monday for fitting of the GPS monitor so that he could do that on Monday morning.
All right. You're saying Monday the 19th? All right. Today is Thursday. You said he was taking his child to school when?
On Monday.
All right. So you're asking to be fitted on Monday?
Yes, Judge. Or Tuesday. whatever the court would allow us to do.
All right. How many children do you have?
2,
What are their ages?
6, and 3.
And what do you do for employment?
I work at Terracon Consultants. It's a concrete and soils lab.
Okay. So how often have you been drinking?
None since I got arrested, but before that, probably 3 days out of the week.
All right. So let me explain something to you. I know that when people drink alcohol, they don't go out drinking alcohol and saying, you know what, I'm going to get intoxicated and I'm going to go out and kill somebody. But that happens. So the way that you were out drinking and there's beer in the console, guess what? You could have been out, not intoxicated, with your 2 children, 6 and 3, in a vehicle, and there could have been somebody out intoxicated and they could have hit you all. And maybe your 6-year-old and your 3-year-old would not have survived. What I've discovered, and I haven't run the statistics, my statistics professor would be very upset with me for saying this, but what I've noticed is that people who drive intoxicated, they're usually just fine, but they end up killing other people. So don't be the cause of somebody being killed, maybe your children, because of you. You understand?
Sure.
This is your 3rd DWI, which tells me you have an alcohol problem. You're one of those people who cannot drink because you don't know when to stop. While you're on probation, you're not allowed to drink alcohol at all. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Everyone, you're all going to have to whisper. Court reporter is trying to, the probation officer, Miss Abrams, is trying to hear what I'm saying, and she can't because people don't want to whisper. But they'll whisper when they come before me. So please do not whisper when you come before the court. All right, the court is finding you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to 6 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 5 years. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. We're going to do a TAP evaluation out of custody. And if TAP recommends inpatient treatment, let's start with intensive outpatient treatment. And that's with probation. I'm going to order 120 sober meetings.
Okay, buckle up. The judge lays it out straight. Drunk driving isn't just risky. It could have killed your own kids. He points out that while many DUI drivers get lucky, they often end up killing someone else. Then comes the kicker. This is the defendant's 3rd DWI. The judge says it plain. You cannot drink because you can't stop. Zero sugarcoating, folks.
In 120 days. In lieu of 10 days in the Bexar County Jail, I'm going to place you on full GPS for 10 days, and that's to begin on August 20th. Do you understand? The reason why I'm allowing that, because I know there's overcrowding at the jail, and also it's not really healthy. And so you have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old who live with you, and I don't want you bringing germs back to the 6-year-old and 3-year-old. So it will be full GPS for 10 days, beginning. Is August 20th enough time, Ms. Abrams?
That should be fine, Judge.
So it's beginning August 20th. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. I'm going to order 150 hours of community service restitution. Once you complete parenting classes, that will be deemed satisfied. There's going to be ignition interlock for half the term. There's to be 2-year driver's license suspension. VIP Live. DWI education course. Field visit 1 time per month for 2 months, and probation then at your discretion. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Thank you. So there'll be regular random UAs, and they will be testing for alcohol. Anything else, probation?
No, Judge.
Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful in this probation?
No.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Here's the human side of court. The defendant asks to turn himself in after taking his 6-year-old to her first day of school. The lawyer pleads, can he at least get fitted for the ankle monitor on Monday? Judge pauses, counts the kids, and listens. That tiny moment of dad life versus the law. Drama you can't script.